Life is a mixture of your opportunities, your skills, and your capabilities, placed in a bowl ready to serve. Let's take a look at the life of a woman who has taken the path of being an educator, with, of course, her main ingredients being literature, communication, performing arts, education, and cultural anthropology. Placing all of these for the benefit of Cebu and becoming a mentor to many. Garbo sa Cebu Awardee for Tourism, Dr. Milagros Castillo Espina. Ako si Paolo Varela. Mao kini ang Mabuhi ka Cebuanon.
In the avenue of learning, we have a beautiful opportunity to share experiences with one of the women who started it all here in Cebu. She is the Garbo sa Cebu Awardee for Tourism, none other than Dr. Milagros Castillo Espina. Mayang adlaw.
Oh yes, mayang adlaw, and good day to you.
We're really excited about throwing our questions to you because we have a lot of things to cover, especially with your life, and it's a pretty full life.
Full life. Yes, I'm living a full life and I'm enjoying every bit of it.
That's from way back, before you transferred and settled here in Cebu with your husband, of course, Mr. Rolando Espina. Who is Milagros Castillo?
Milagros Castillo was a dreamer, creative, and always wanted to sing, dance, born to beautiful parents. I have several siblings. My mother from Laguna, by the way, Binyang, Laguna, where you have the pospas and the puto, lami kaayo. And my father from Batangas, but you know, my father died when I was only, I think, less than a year old. So I have no memories of my father, but I think I was influenced by my mother. Until we went to Manila, Quezon City, for that matter. I studied there, Marinol College, Santo Tomas, and we had our taxi business there. And after my graduation in college from the University of Santo Tomas, I saw this guy, Sonny Espina, praying so zealously in front of our house because his cousin was a friend of mine. And there you are. I was ready to fall in love. I did. We were engaged for 1 year, and in 1963 we secretly married because we did not want our parents or our siblings to get hurt. But in 1964 I was ready to join my husband going to Cebu because he was managing an investment and business company. It was not easy because at the start, you know, they say, oh, this Manileña. I had language problem, but eventually I learned. But I think Cebu has been my second home, and I think I'll say it's my first home. I'm a Cebuana by choice. My sisters would complain, how come you stay only 1 or 2 days when you visit us? Because there are so many things I do and I love doing in Cebu, so this is home for me.
Of course, home is where you're at.
Yeah, where your heart is. Yeah. And my heart is in Cebu.
Dr. Milagros Castillo Espina was a graduate of Marinol College, University of Santo Tomas, University of San Carlos, and East-West Center in Honolulu, Hawaii. An emblem of arts and sciences, she has gotten into the fields of literature, performing arts, communication, education, and cultural anthropology.
Basically, I'm an educator. I love to teach people, even our neighbors when I was young. I used to call our neighbors and teach them the ABC, declamation and oration. Then, of course, I majored in English, from the masteral to the doctoral. But later on, I found out that my course, Arts and Sciences, is very rich. You can relate to tourism, you can relate to theater, arts, because the heart of every endeavor is communication. So it all started by being a teacher in Santo Tomas, where I got courted by my students. Can you beat that? Oh. And then, of course, I taught in the University of San Jose Recoletos, then Colegio de San Jose Recoletos, and I never left San Jose, and San Jose never left me. I taught English, and most of our prominent people now were my students. And that's, I would say that's the fulfilling moment when you see your students saying, "Madam, you remember me? I was your teacher, this, and that." Some of them were not very good students when they were young, but now they're all accomplished, and I'm so proud of them. So these things rolled into one. I mean, as an educator, I love to put literature and music and theater, put them all together, and they make a great part of tourism.
Of course, you've had numerous students in these decades that you've been an educator. How has this touched people's lives?
Oh yes, you know, as an educator, you are the architects of human personality. So you give them a legacy. And the character formation and the value formation that you offer to your students are so priceless.
Is there a way that you spot the individuals that you know that they'll probably excel in a certain way? Do you say that to yourself?
Oh yes, it's so easy to more or less detect a potential. Like teachers, when they come to me for the first time, I know that this one will be the next dean, this one will be the next head. And after I retired, they took over. Students, when I saw Ana Feji, Jimmy Marquez, the Sakdap, one of them is Gani, Jonjit Primor. And I told them, you know, explore your talents in the arts and sciences if you really would like to be in the performing arts. But if you feel that you would go into business and other careers, then do them as soon as possible with proficiency.
From 1973 to 2000, she was the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences and the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences of the University of San Jose Recoletos. A trailblazer in education in many ways. Dr. Espina successfully laid the foundations of various courses which are now the leading courses in Cebu, such as the FCOM, MASCOM, LIACOM, HRM, Tourism, and MA DevCom, among others. You taught English, and then you later became a Dean of the Arts and Sciences, as a matter of fact, for nearly 3 decades.
Yes.
And you laid the
Wow.
foundation.
Wow.
You laid the foundation to
Yes.
numerous courses in the program.
Yes, right.
University of San Jose Recoletos. What can you see to be the edge of education here in Cebu compared to all the other parts of the country and even other parts of the world?
We can be an education hub. I remember the first time, maybe in the 70s, I told then Father Montenegro, I would like to come up with an AB nursing. And he said, no, I like management, fine. Then later on, I said, I would like to have tourism and hotel and restaurant management. And he just said, you know, Consuelo de Bobo, okay, Mila, if you want to be happy, then go ahead, offer your tourism and HRM. And I said, Father, mark my word, years from now, these courses, tourism, HRM, mass communication, will be the cutting edge of any school because that will be a global concern and that would contribute to global growth. The rest is history. So we started, by the way, the HRM, the full course, and the tourism. Now so many schools are offering, and that's good. Increase and multiply.
Mid-70s, you also established then the SpeechCom Training Center, now the SpeechCom International Incorporated. That's where we're at. With a vision to develop human skills and resources with values and attitudes that fulfill directions, professionalism, and work ethic.
Well said.
Of course,
I love every word of it.
this is your thrust.
Yes, you bet. I prepared for my retirement because there were many businessmen and so many career professionals who wanted enrichment courses and they were afraid to go to school. A manager would tell me, don't tell them that I'm taking public speaking with you. So I really felt that there was a need for it. Of course, I did it gradually. As a dean, I could not really come out with a total package. So I used to do in-plant seminars, 1 or 2 tutoring. But when I retired, by that time, my path has been in place.
A stalwart in the tourism industry, she considers that it is the #1 economic accelerator and cultural exponent in the country. She defined tourism as the fulcrum of promoting arts, culture, and heritage, education, entrepreneurship, and ecology.
My passion for tourism was actually inspired by my cross-cultural studies, which I did in the States, my travels, my association with the province, and I felt that tourism is really #1 accelerator. And so even my students are very much involved in tourism. And I see to it that I bring the areas of tourism and the opportunities of tourism not only to the academe, but to the civic clubs and like the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I would always fight that the tourism committee, tourism team should be given priority because tourism is the root of economic progress.
Madam, how do you define success?
Well, you know, it's not defined. It is experienced. When you feel that you have achieved your goals and you have touched the lives of people and you are able to bring down a legacy, that is success.
Bring down a legacy.
Yeah, like for example, as I said, many of my students are now doing what I used to do. They're in theater. The great directors were my students, Al Evangelio, Alan Rabaya, name so many